Welcome back to Hardcore. I am super excited about this episode because today we're going to blow stuff up. We are going to blow so much up. I have started carving out over here. You can see the beacon. I've got a couple of chests here going. I've just been carving away down to Y45. And that is because I want to carpet bomb the whole area. But I need enough space between the carpet bombers and the ground. So we're going to carve out a little bit by hand. And while I'm doing that, I have started cooking up all of the copper. So if you remember from our giant excavation project here, we had so much copper. So you can see... yeah, we got over a full shulker of copper blocks. And I also grabbed a couple of beehives. And we've got some honeycomb harvesting here. Just an automated little thing. Super simple, but there's shears in those dispensers. And so they shear the honeycomb whenever it fills up. And yeah, so that'll be handy because that'll allow us to... wax the copper blocks so that we can keep them at whatever state we want. I have no idea what state that's going to be. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them. At some point, we are going to need to put those out so that they can oxidize, and we can... what I'm thinking is I'm just going to let them all fully oxidize. It's going to be a lot of area that we're going to have to cover, but we'll get them all laid out, let them oxidize, and then if we want them in less oxidized states, obviously we can put those back, and that will be fantastic. So over here I've got our witch farm, which I'm sure you remember, and I've done a little work down here since the last time we were over. I added a sorting system, and yes, we've got gunpowder, we've got so much redstone, glowstone, I think it's sugar. Yeah, sugar. And then spider eyes. And bottles. And so many sticks. But the primary reason for getting that sorting system set up was the gunpowder for our TNT flying machines. But we also need slime. So much slime. I should have built a slime farm earlier when I was manually mining stuff, because there's been slimes hopping around this whole time. I could have harvested so much slime. Yeah. Now I gotta do it manually, and this takes forever. At least they, with looting, you get pretty good drops. Die. Die. So many slimes. I need so much slime. Alright. Okay, so I made some TNT. I'm curious here, because I'm tired of mining by hand. We've done so much of that in this project so far. What happens if I do that? Is this better? Is this more efficient? Let's find out. We're just going to blow something up. Okay, blew up my glass. I don't feel like that actually... yeah. I mean... did some damage. Ah, yeah, see, there's so much water. The problem with, clearing out areas under the ocean is that, all the caves are flooded. Alright. I did it. I hand mined... down to 45 across the whole stinking area. Okay, it's done, which is fantastic. That was a beast of a project. But I figured you guys didn't need a bunch of updates on just clearing blocks. So these are all shulkers full of stone and miscellaneous things. I grabbed the copper, put that in the smelters. But those are the other resources. Got stone and dirt. Yeah, nothing super exciting, but it's alright. We did get a bunch more copper, And so I put that down here. I ran it through the smelters while I was clearing out the area. And, well, let's just take a look here. So we've got one full, which we already had, and almost a second full shulker. So we've got like a double chest, just about, of copper blocks, which is fantastic. And in that time, our bee farm is doing great. So we've got almost a full chest of honeycomb as well, so if we need to wax stuff, we can. I also built this. Super quick and dirty. I just built some platforms up here, lit them up so that the only thing that will spawn on them is slimes. I built a couple of little holding areas for iron golems, which appear to have died. I think maybe the slimes could get in here. Maybe I didn't build it quite far enough away. Oh yeah, that guy's still there. Yeah, so the slimes try to attack the iron golems, jump off the side. Apparently could get to the iron golem in one case. But down here, there's just some campfires. And there you go. 7.5 stacks of slime blocks. So I've been putting those together, crafting those up as we've been working on clearing out the area. So, the good news is, that's enough slime. That should be enough. I think we need right around 7 stacks of blocks. I also cleared out anywhere I could find it. I cleared out water. So there's like these random caves. These were all flooded. Like every little hole you see in the side of the walls, like they were all, it was all water. It was just, drained back far enough that it wasn't pouring into my main hole. But this was all flooded. And so I went through here with sponges, drained it all out. There was one over here that is huge, and I'm actually not clearing out this area yet, but figured since I was at it. So yeah, this whole area was full of water. Almost thought maybe I should have like used sand or something to partition it out because it took forever to drain, but we got it drained, and everything that takes a long time, that was that much more time for my slime farm to run, for my bee farm to run. Got my copper all smelted up. I mean, it just looks, it's great, and we're ready. We're ready to blow it up. I'm sure there's plenty more water underneath there, so once we start blowing it up, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drying of areas that's going to have to happen. But let's take one last look here before it gets demolished. Or at least before I build my flying machines. Alright, let's hop into a time lapse and we are going to get these things built. Let's go! And it's done. This is really cool and really terrifying. You'll see over here, I flooded the farm, which, yeah, it caused guardians to spawn outside the tanks, which I did not think was possible. I didn't think that guardians spawned in flowing water, but apparently they do, so that's not super awesome, but I'm just trying to be careful. The guardians are in the nether because the portal's down there. They're just everywhere. It's a mess, but it's okay. The water will protect all that stuff in the center from the TNT, hopefully, so that nothing gets blown up and I don't lose all the resources that I gathered. I did take a few of the chests that I had recently gathered and put them up here. So I guess the only thing that's really left is to pull the lever and see what happens. Here we go. Oh, that looks amazing! I love these things so much. Please don't destroy things I don't want you to. Oh, this is amazing. Let's turn that off so they don't relaunch. They all seem to be working. Definitely having some issues with my computer rendering everything here, but that's okay. We'll see what it's done once it finishes. Oh my word. Look at this. So I've kind of built the catch end, so where they are going to stop and reverse based on where the high points are. This is so loud. Okay, we got a couple that got blown up here, I think. It's hard to tell because like they don't get rendered perfectly all the time, but I think we did get a couple that got damaged by the TNT. That's okay. We'll fix them and we'll just relaunch them and then continue with the other ones. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I'm so excited that this is working. Oh, yeah, okay, yep, didn't protect the slime farm. That's alright, we don't really care about that anymore. That was not a permanent thing anyways. Just figured it was a much faster way of getting the slime. And now, obviously, we've got the slime we need, because it's running. Look at this thing. Oh, I love just seeing, like, these areas render in as I get close to them, and there's just, like, massive amounts of blocks disappear. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. I've never actually done this before. I did play with a buddy of mine at one point, and we did a Guardian farm, and he cleared out the area under the farm. But it was back on, like, 1.13 or something. So it was back before you had Deep Slate, so it wasn't nearly as much distance to go. And he did it. Like, I watched a couple of times, but I didn't build it myself. So this is the first time I've ever built a TNT carpet bomber and run it. Yeah. This is amazing. This is so cool. Ooh, there's a little geode down there. Oh, it's all inside the... Okay, well, I guess we could go in and maybe, like, harvest that manually. These things look so cool. I don't know. I don't know that I care. Yeah, that's all gonna have to go. Alright, so water is definitely gonna be an issue. Like I said before, there's gonna be areas here that we're gonna have to clear out. There are a couple of these that have failed, it looks like. But not too bad. Most of them have made it all the way back. Yeah, this is great. Oh, yeah, we did some damage to the glass over there. Alright, well, that's okay. That's to be expected. Wow. That's just one pass. That did a ton of damage. Oh, that's amazing. And this seems to... I don't want to get too close with the Guardians, but this... I think the water worked there. Doesn't look like any damage happened to the farm itself. Huh. What happened to you? Oh, that needs to be 2. Let's just relaunch you. There we go. Oh, this is so fun. I love this. Okay, you guys are probably getting bored. Well, I'm super excited. This is working. What I'm thinking is, let's go ahead and jump into a time-lapse. I have actually been recording for time-lapse while I've been shooting this. So we'll start the time-lapse with the very first run of this, and I'm going to time-lapse clearing this whole area out. So that's going to involve a fair bit of me sponging things and maybe even clearing out some lava. I don't know if we're going to get far enough down to run into, like, big lava lakes, but we'll go through, we'll clear this thing out, and I'll see you guys on the other side of that. I'm excited. Let's go! Oh my goodness, that was so cool. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. There was a lot of time in there of clearing out water, clearing out lava. Some of those areas were really big and were quite the undertaking. But so fun, so cool. Yeah, what was the tall part is now down here. I mean, love that little, see the little shoot up to our Guardian Farm base there. Yeah, this is huge. This is absolutely massive. You can start to get a sense of just how big the area is. These geodes look amazing. I am tempted to, like, maybe try to do something with the geodes. Obviously, we'd have to make our own, because there's only, like, a couple there. But that could be cool. We'll have to play around with that. Maybe that's a good way to go. But obviously, we still got a ways to go here. This is what was the bottom, which is, you know, now the highest part. So the carpet bombers ran until they maxed out. So basically, down at the bottom, you can see, like, it's perfectly, well, pretty close to perfectly flat. And that is because that's where the TNT explodes before it hits the ground. So at that point, the TNT is falling so far that it's exploding before it actually connects. And so that is there. Obviously, I missed a little area over here. Maybe should have run one more bomber the full length instead of stopping it. But I didn't want to risk too much damage to the farm. So I kind of went easy on that. But anyways, this is amazing. Looks crazy. One of the things that was intriguing as I was running this project was that my Guardian farm started going berserk. Like, generating so much compared to what it was doing before. And I don't understand why. Like, there were Guardians running down the sides of it that obviously had nothing to do with the output of the farm itself, but inside the farm, like, they were just dropping like crazy. And so, I don't know, like, something about having the water running down the outside, maybe, made a difference. I don't know, like, maybe running the carpet bombers was doing something with the mob count, and that was affecting, I don't know. I don't know technical stuff on Minecraft really at all. I don't know what it was, but for some reason, that farm went crazy while I was working on this. As long as it was flooded. Once I unflooded it, it all kind of went back to normal. So you see here, like, it's just dropping a Guardian here and there. Like, it's not bad. It's fine. And honestly, we have so much at this point. So many resources. There's squids up there, aren't there? That's funny. So many resources from this farm that I don't know that I even care why. I've made almost a double chest of sea lanterns from the drops, and yeah, we've got because that's the thing, and then these ones I've cleared out, and I've started making some more. So I actually like made a bunch of prismarine bricks just to clear out those chests, and then so many fish. I could probably have to start clearing out fish here pretty soon. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, its output is ridiculous. And here's just my miscellaneous chest of, like, mob drops. So you can see, like, squids and glow squids. We've got ink and glow ink just from the farm. The farm and wandering around, lighting up caves, clearing out water. Yeah, most of that came from the farm itself, though. So, yeah, it's kind of a moot point because I don't actually care why it wasn't working. It'll be interesting to see when we get this completely done, because clearly, like, this area down here, I mean, look at these mobs. This is so dangerous. There's so many mobs down here. Oh, that was my last rocket. Okay, up, 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 up. Speaking of being so dangerous, yeah, that would be really bad. Okay, we're just gonna go over here, and we're gonna sleep. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the TNT bombers may have messed with the mob cap, and it may be that my Guardian farm is now not running that well because there are so many mobs. Like, it's ridiculous. There's just mobs everywhere down there at night. During the day, not so much, although the slimes that are spawning now are ridiculous. So that may be why it's now running inefficiently again. It may be that once I get this full area cleared out, once this is done, the entire spawning sphere will be empty. There's going to be nothing that is spawnable. And so that will mean that the only thing that can spawn is the inside of my farm. And so hopefully that will be crazy efficient and run like mad. So we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. If we're going to do some big projects like this, I mean, things of this scale, and we decide to use sea lanterns for something, then we'll need a lot. So that would be great. But with that, that's all we got time for today. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.